Imagine a city where million-dollar homes are no longer the norm. Across the United States, high-value properties that once epitomized wealth and prestige are facing an unprecedented decline. In the heart of these urban landscapes, from the iconic streets of San Francisco to the bustling avenues of New York, the very structures we admire for their design and status are now showing signs of a deeper crisis. In this documentary, we journey through 10 U.S. cities where the collapse of these luxury homes begs a critical question. What forces are reshaping America's most coveted addresses? If you're into amazing content like this, hit that subscribe button right now. It's totally free. Our story begins with a stark fact. Since July 2022, 58 cities that once boasted million-dollar median home values have slipped from the roster of elite housing markets. Once numbering 522, only 464 metropolitan areas now claim the million-dollar title, reflecting a seismic shift in the urban housing landscape. This decline is not merely a symbol of economic retraction. It is a mirror that reflects complex challenges, from aging infrastructure and environmental stress to changing urban market pressures. In California, the change is especially pronounced. Imagine a state renowned for its beauty and economic might, now witnessing the loss of $20 million cities. Out of America's top-tier real estate hubs, California now has 190 such cities, a figure that outnumbers the next 6 states combined. In metropolitan hubs like San Francisco, the median sale price tumbled by nearly 9.4% in just 1 year, while Oakland observed a decline of 7.8%. Across the Bay Area, the housing market has shrunk by 6.7% year over year, a downturn that translates into a staggering $37.3 billion reduction in overall home value. It is in these precise settings that the tension between architectural grandeur and the realities of aging buildings comes sharply into focus. The decline of million-dollar homes is not solely a story of numbers. It is a narrative underpinned by hidden structural weaknesses and a race against environmental forces. For decades, high-value properties have symbolized stability. Yet, beneath their polished facades, these structures have been quietly succumbing to the inevitable wear and tear of time. Factors such as outdated building materials, insufficient modernization, and simply the relentless passage of time have all left their mark. In many cases, even the most meticulously maintained homes bear evidence of architectural aging, cracks in once pristine walls, sagging supports, and roofs that no longer shield as effectively as they once did. Central to this narrative is a compelling conflict. The prestige of million-dollar homes is rapidly undermined by the confluence of economic strain and environmental uncertainty. Property owners, real estate investors, and urban planners face a growing dilemma. On one side stands the legacy of a grand architectural era. On the other, the pressing need to adapt to environmental changes and evolving market conditions. The challenges are manifold. Urban market pressures exacerbate long-held vulnerabilities, even as climate change introduces new risks, from increased flooding and natural disasters to the emerging phenomenon of climate gentrification. This new trend sees wealthier individuals relocating to higher elevations or safer neighborhoods to escape the impacts of environmental hazards, a shift that further destabilizes property values in traditionally high-end areas. As we delve deeper into the stories behind these declines, we discover that each city has its unique narrative and set of challenges. Consider San Francisco, where its iconic Victorian homes and modern architectural marvels are beginning to tell a story of loss. Amidst the city's vibrant culture and innovation, many buildings carry silent testimonies of inadequate reinforcements and outdated infrastructure. In Oakland, a city long known for its bold spirit and cultural significance, public safety concerns have also contributed to a market in transition. The conversation revolves around more than just declining prices. It speaks to the very essence of how these cities are reimagining themselves amidst financial burdens and the ever-present threat of environmental change. Our journey takes us to other major metropolitans as well. In New York, where the skyline is structured by history and ambition, million-dollar homes are grappling with the inevitable effects of time. Aging estates with elaborate details now require costly upkeep and modernization to meet contemporary standards. In this urban ballet, investment risks are magnified. Investors who once saw these properties as unassailable bastions of wealth now must reconsider the hidden costs and emerging challenges that accompany architectural aging. Every crack and crevice is a reminder that even the most celebrated structures are not immune to the passage of time and economic volatility. Loving the video so far? Give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It helps more than you know. At the core of this exploration lies the concept of risk versus reward. For many, investing in high-value properties has always been considered safe and lucrative. Yet recent shifts in the market have forced a reevaluation of what it means to own such assets. As investors scrutinize numbers and property histories, each case study unfolds like a cautionary tale. One property's failure to secure timely upgrades can have a domino effect on surrounding investments, influencing market stability across entire districts. The contradiction is palpable. A home, once hailed as a crown jewel, now becomes an exemplar of vulnerability, a microcosm of broader urban decay. In parallel, economic challenges further complicate this narrative. Declining property values are not an isolated phenomenon. They are intertwined with economic uncertainties that ripple across urban economies. Paying the price for architectural neglect means not only facing steep repair costs, but also encountering dwindling resale values. Buyers are increasingly cautious, and lenders are more prudent when financing renovations that future-proof these storied buildings. Amidst this environment, the once celebrated allure of luxury real estate is clouded by a stark reality. Without strategic investments in maintenance and modernization, even the most prestigious properties can rapidly lose their luster. Every city's journey is punctuated by moments of tension and turning points. In certain districts, local governments have begun initiatives aimed at counteracting these negative trends. Some are offering incentives for historical preservation and structural upgrades, recognizing that proactive measures hold the promise of reversing a long-standing decline. Yet, these initiatives face the dual challenge of significant financial outlays and the need for innovative design solutions that fuse modern engineering with classic aesthetics. This intersection of heritage and modernity forms a battleground where urban visionaries strive to safeguard not just buildings, but the cultural and economic legacies they represent. Amid this landscape, environmental factors cast an increasingly long shadow on the housing market. The phenomenon of climate gentrification particularly highlights how changes in weather patterns and geographic vulnerabilities are reconfiguring urban demographics. As severe weather events become more frequent, communities must adapt. The luxury housing market, long considered a safe harbor for the affluent, is now subject to the same vulnerabilities that affect broader urban areas. Increased flooding and unexpected natural disasters have made even the most monumental structures susceptible to damage, compelling homeowners and investors alike to rethink their priorities. In cities like Miami and New Orleans, the threat of climate change is not a distant possibility, but a present concern. Here, coastal erosion and the risk of flooding are reshaping how properties are valued and maintained. In these regions, the collapse of million-dollar homes serves as a stark warning of what can happen when nature's forces are underestimated. As we trace the journey of these homes, we witness a dialogue between human ambition and natural limitations. A conversation where resilience and adaptation are not just idealistic pursuits, but essential survival strategies. Every case study reinforces the idea that the decline of high-value properties is a multifaceted issue. The interplay between economic tenets and architectural reality creates a situation where traditional investment wisdom is being challenged. The narrative is one of gradual deterioration interspersed with moments of urgent clarity. Each city provides its own powerful vignette, a visual tale captured through the slow decay of opulent facades, the meticulous documentation of repair bills, and the candid admission by architects and urban planners that the past, while cherished, cannot shield us from the inevitable future. At this pivotal juncture, the viewer is confronted with a question that resonates deeply in both economic circles and urban communities. How do we reconcile the promise of affluence with the growing imperatives of safety, sustainability, and functionality? The answer may not be simple, and it may require channels of collaboration that extend far beyond conventional real estate practices. Instead, it may call for an innovative dialogue that includes architects, investors, governmental bodies, and environmental advocates, all working together to stave off a crisis that threatens more than just individual properties. As we near the conclusion of our exploration, the central theme becomes unmistakably clear. The decline of million-dollar homes is not merely about falling prices or outdated designs. It is a reflection of larger economic and environmental forces that are reshaping urban landscapes across America. The once glittering facade of the luxury housing market now reveals fissures that speak to an urgent need for transformation and adaptation. In closing, we return to that initial, arresting image of a city where opulence is compromised by decay. Today's journey through 10 U.S. cities reminds us that no structure is immune to the combined weight of time, economic pressure, and environmental change. The once celebrated symbols of prosperity must now lead by example, pushing forward innovative reinvestment and preservation strategies. It is a story of loss, yes, but more importantly, it is a call to action, a reminder that by understanding these shifts, we equip ourselves to forge a future where heritage and progress share the same foundation. Stay informed about the evolving housing market and understand the factors influencing property values in your area. Want more videos like this? Watch the next one here, and don't forget to subscribe for weekly uploads.